Hello! Welcome again to our little slice of heaven. I'm just kidding. Here again, alongside Vince, and also a special guest. We talk about some pretty amazing things today. Tonight, we are going to announce big things.
Yeah, first off, we've got a new co-host that's going to be jumping in with us, and he's chomping at the bit here. We also announced the winners for the contest. We are super amazed about the turnout. I mean, it's amazing. We had a total of about 64 people who actually went in, did all the contest rules, liked and shared, and actually went and emailed me as well. And then we have a couple of the grand prize winners that are kind of narrowed down to about a group of 10. And Cody.
But now without further wait, I would love to welcome our new halftime co-host, longtime BFF, Ryan. Hey, guy. Tell us about yourself.
Hey, guys. Longtime fan. So happy to be a part of this.
Good.
Oh, my. Well, for those out there in the listening audience, my name's Ryan. I'm a veteran, 8 years in the Air Force. I'm currently a NIU student, journalism major, the communications minor. My passion for journalism is mostly sports, and I also enjoy literature and film. And yeah, I'm married with a son, just turned 1 last week, and I like video games and Warhammer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Best intro ever.
Much better than ours. Oh man, you remember our intro? Hey, I'm Cody. I draw things and
Alcoholic.
Hey, no. Never.
No.
So,
Used to be. I'm not gonna lie, but Ryan pulled me out of that, actually.
Oh really? So,
No, I'm
so we're
serious.
talking about
We've already
past
this
lives?
process has already been done.
Hey, you know another thing about
Vince
past
trying to
lives?
give me an intervention.
You know another thing about past lives?
What?
Spawn.
Yeah. Spawn is amazing, and let's get into that. It's got me quite the big semi. Shall we?
Talking
Now.
downtown.
Yeah, the new movie. I'm excited as funk right now. Vinny, you tell me your thoughts before I tell everyone.
Nice. Well, this is my first thing. Obviously, we need John back.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we need him to reprise his role as the Violator. The Violator. I mean, that would be awesome. And, I mean, I'm looking forward to how they do the CGI and practical effects.
Yeah.
That could really make or break this movie, because Spawn is something that you need the CGI for.
Now,
And
yeah, especially.
I really don't want to see a repeat of Green Lantern.
Or a repeat of the 97.
97 wasn't actually that bad for their time.
It was good. It was awesome, but it was like slightly cheese.
Yeah. What do you think about that, Ryan?
Yeah, what do you think, Ryan?
Well, I loved Luigi Mario as he did the clown.
No, John.
Super Mario Brothers movie, just because their last name was still Mario.
Yeah.
And he's Mexican or something, and he's playing Italian
Puerto
guy.
Rican.
Either way, yeah, it was good for the 90s as the first rated R film with a superhero. I enjoyed it back then, but yeah, I'm with you guys. The CG doesn't hold up, especially what was that, Satan or the demon?
No,
like his mouth is just sticking the whole time, and he's like telepathically communicate. I don't know, because he doesn't move his jaw. It's just
Look, man, he
broken.
got lockjaw a long time ago with all those rusty irons down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty with this new Spawn reboot coming up on the horizon, I'm probably just as excited as I was in 8th grade. The fact that Todd McFarlane is actually going low budget with this, and he's taking over full control of like the whole movie. So he's keeping it original, just like he kept his comic books original and like indie. So he's keeping it off like the corporate big Miramax and all those New Line Cinema, all those companies that usually did like big comic book game movies. He's doing it himself, and I'm really excited to see what he's gonna do, overseeing all the intellectual properties and everything that's gonna go on with the film, because he does such a fantastic job with the books. It's unbelievable. I'm so excited because this.
Okay, well, cool your jets first and foremost.
I know. I don't even know what to say right now.
This is the first thing.
Excited.
I mean, go take a cold shower really quick there, Cody. I mean, the biggest thing with it being low budget, you're looking at the risk. Okay, he may run into issues of underpaying different departments. The cost of finishing the product may suffer as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I really want to be optimistic about this, but saying you're going to be indie, you got to back it up with a studio.
He will be able
indie.
to. I mean, he's fucking rich. It's gonna be good. Trust me.
You always got to make sure that you're going through and making sure the art's finalized and everything. I mean, that's the biggest thing in production is that once you get to that end slate, once it's done, you can't take it back. And if it fails like this time, it's not coming back again. It'll be like another 10 years before we get anything.
Damn it.
So, I mean, that's definitely the biggest risk.
I just hope with all the technology like nowadays, I mean, 20 years has passed pretty much, I think, 2018, since 97, 20, 21.
Just about 20.
Like, oh yeah, and like, with all the new technology, I read in the article that they're gonna make Spawn not so much rubber suity, like with the cape, but they're gonna make him look more like a floaty guy. Like a floaty guy, like a ghost.
Like Ryan Reynolds in Green Lantern? Mm-hmm.
Oh no, did he really look like that?
No.
You didn't see it?
No,
it was a masterpiece.
Oh.
No,
my
You didn't
goodness.
watch Green Lantern?
No, dude. I haven't seen a
Go
movie since...
Do yourself a favor. Go over to Walmart in the clearance bin for 5 cents. You'll find it.
Literally, Ryan. Actually, we have Ryan here now. The last movie I went and saw was probably with Ryan, and that was probably Beowulf. Like, 8 years ago.
So here's the thing, Ryan. And this is what I'm dealing with right now. We are going to start taking Cody to every comic book movie and making him sit down and watch them so he understands how bad they've gotten. Because, I mean... Okay, imagine this.
Suicide Squad, boom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we'll get into that. Actually, we're going to stay away from Suicide Squad.
You said yourself, Ryan. We got to say something.
Jared Leto needs to be left alone.
Yeah.
But
No. He needs to be excoriated right through the coals.
I told you, Cody. See?
He does.
I know, I need to get back into this full swing and not get shitty and get bored and go get drunk. I need to, like, get bored and
Watch
call Ryan
movies.
and run Vince and go to a movie.
There you go. I'm only a phone call away.
Yeah.
So, on top of that, with the whole idea of doing Spawn, as you said, like kind of like a shade, so you mean like he'd be ethereal?
Yeah,
ish.
I don't
really like
think
that
that's
because
what
of the
they
fact
said.
of his whole suit and his cape.
I mean, the silhouette will be there, I assume. But
yeah, I liked it all being physical because of the fact of like in the original Spawn movie, that cape did like 90% of the work.
But you're talking about budget cuts too, so.
If they could do it in the 90s, they can recreate it now.
And if with as much money as he has now, yeah, probably. It could be amazing. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to ask all these big guys to make the movie. He doesn't.
No, the biggest reason to have such a high budget isn't so much for what you're looking for, the ability to do it. It's the quality of people doing it. You're paying for the professionalism of everything in Hollywood. You're paying an up fee because these are like industry standards. And
true. Yeah, true. Because pretty sure he's not much of a filmmaker.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I really hope that he keeps it as an indie feeling, but he really goes all out with the actual design process and everything. Because he's an artist down at heart.
So big right now.
You know. But like I said before, I really want to see this actually good, a good result from this, because I'm a big Spawn fan, and if they can do this one and they can do it good, they can bring back the Shadow, and I really want to see a new one. I mean, don't get me wrong, the one with Alec Baldwin was amazing.
But would you like to talk about something else really cool?
Let's hear it.
Hellblazer.
Hellblazer, huh?
Yeah. Vin, I just wanted you to know, you make my heart sing. And you make everything groovy.
Okay. So I take it that you actually read Hellblazer like I told you to.
Yeah.
And you got to see that John went home finally.
Yeah.
The first issue for Rebirth's Hellblazer, which is an amazing thing. I don't know, Ryan, have you read that yet?
Say that again?
Have you read the new Hellblazer yet?
I have not.
Gotta read it.
It's a good read. We'll have to drop it off so you can read it.
Yeah. This book was great. I had no idea about, like, the John guy or what the character and that is introduced right in the beginning. But like once I got through a few pages, it was kind of leading up to. I kind of had a feeling. I was like, this dude might be Swamp Thing, and then I was like, yeah, it's Swamp Thing, and I was like, hell yeah! I got pretty pumped about that. Vince.
Yeah, you got your chubby on there.
Yeah, I did. I sure did.
Popping a little tent down there, huh, Cody?
Oh yeah.
I think he's gotten the totem pole from like all the stuff we've been talking about tonight already, and I mean it's
my childhood.
We just touched the tip of the iceberg. Just the tip.
All over.
That's all you need sometime.
But I like how the story referenced the 1900s and the Ferdinand, that dude, and like the chain of events that led up to like Hitler and all the war, and it was captivating. It sucked me in really good. It was good writing. It was really cool seeing them comparing Hitler to Trump, and that was like a no-brainer. So that was cool.
Oh yeah, you gotta love the idea of like having, political statements in comic books, especially when they're relative between Hitler and Trump. I mean, come on now, we're not going for that. And another thing with it is that, just think, with Hellblazer coming back and actually getting a resurgence, you're going to see lesser comic book heroes again as well, which, like Swamp Thing. You're going to see more of those comics coming back now, too, with Rebirth. So you'll be able to see brand new stories, see brand new origins. You might even get, like, a different variation.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a
like
female Swamp Thing.
Yeah, like you're saying, like, new things, like new stories, like the fact that they're rebooting all these books with the New 52, it's amazing. It's like a attempt to recapture audiences, like it kind of seems like, or attempt to lure in new readers also. So it's like it's kind of cheesy, but it's still pretty awesome. Like it's not cheesy, but it's like trying to. It's basically they're like rebooting all the movies, like, or making a shitload of comic book movies, or doing reboots. Now they're like doing reboots with comics, and it's kind of like, but at the same time, it's like, hell yeah.
Hey Cody, are you ready to get your mind blown?
Why?
Because I'm going to blow your fucking mind. Alright?
Why? Okay.
So, this is what's going on, okay? What they're doing is the exact same thing that they've been doing for hundreds of years with any type of story. It's exactly like the idea of fairy tales.
Yeah.
You had the Brothers Grimm, you have Mother Goose, you have the German variation, which is very scary. I mean, come on, you got a guy who cuts off people's thumbs. I mean, what's that about?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew that.
Don't suck your thumb or this guy will come in and chop off your thumb.
Thought of it that way. Like, they're basically reinventing old stories.
Yeah, basically they're putting a new twist on it to reinvigorate new audiences.
Yeah.
So the Batman that we grew up with, or the Spawn we grew up with, he's not the same Spawn that we're going to see now. You know, and that's the biggest thing.
Kind of makes me want to cry.
Why? I mean...
So with these new ones, are they just retconning all the old stuff, like from the early 1900s and like from the 50s and 60s? Or are all those with the new 52? Is this all just deleted and whatever's coming out now is the new lore?
Well, see, this is what's going on. Rebirth is like the merger between New 52 and with the old school, like pre-crisis and post-crisis. I mean, I definitely agree with you. That's kind of how it feels with it. But the idea is taking what's good from the old and the new and combining it into like a new codex of sorts. So imagine that, like, say when they introduced Jason Todd for Batman, you know, when he was Robin, that in the, you know, we voted for him to die because we didn't like his character. So we as viewers created the Red Hood, Jason Todd.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I mean, what they did was they cut that kind of stuff out where it was like that was something we did or something memorable that they couldn't just smear over like, oh no, that never happened. It's like when Doomsday killed Superman the first time.
Yeah, the first time.
Yeah, they can't take it out. They'll rewrite it and make it like semi more believable each time. You know, unless you're watching Batman v Superman.
Aesop's Fables, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely it's a good practice, especially when you're trying to bring in new readers.
Yeah.
Because you really want everybody to talk about the same type of things.
Yeah.
You know, oh, well, Superman fought this unbeatable creature and won, but died in the process. You know?
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be retold forever. Just like, you know, the Seven Dwarves and shit. That's always going to be told in the same thing forever. You know, it's like, shit doesn't change too much.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you know, and especially if you're talking like Marvel properties, like let's say we're going into Marvel now from DC, because Marvel's doing the same thing. They're doing like the all new Marvel, you know,
and so, like the Civil Wars and
exactly,
yeah,
and that's been told over and over again.
Yeah,
I mean, how many times you gotta watch Civil War?
The Ultimates. Yeah. I remember picking up a few of those.
Exactly.
Back in the early 2000s. Goddamn little whippersnappers.
Exactly. I mean, now it's like, oh wow, Civil War. It's like, yeah, that happened already.
Like, have you ever read Ultimate?
It's like, no. I mean, so Ryan, what kind of comic guy are you? I mean, do you read a lot of comics, or are you more of just when they come out in movies and stuff?
Yeah, I'm a casual fan, mostly just from film. Is what I get a lot of my knowledge from, films and television, and cartoons from when I was young, like the Xmen cartoon.
The 90s X-Men?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was the best.
Back when they had Morph at the beginning?
Yeah.
And they killed him, like in the first episode.
Yeah. Dude,
like, you're unimportant.
Yeah, and then
they killed him off screen, too. He just like ran into a sentinel and just ended.
Wait, Brian? Did you ever finish X-Men?
The cartoon?
Yeah.
The 90s cartoon?
Did
no.
You?
Well,
I don't think I did either.
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Okay. Big influential thing that happened with that. And obviously my nerd is showing now, so let me zip up here for a second. But the reason why you see Morph die off camera is because he didn't die. They brought him back.
Even though they said he died. They all cried for like half a second, moved on to their lives. Like, this guy was annoying.
Exactly. If you look at his mutant powers, he was like Mystique.
Yeah,
like merged with Rubber Man.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So like he could turn into any object. No, dude, he was like badass. He could change his density.
I remember that guy now. I was like, whatever happened to that one guy? And
exactly.
I know
and that's what happened. And he came back later on as like a double agent.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I survived. Let me rejoin you. And then he's like, I'm going to stab you in the back now. Because I'm evil. You know, the classic Marvel, you know, triage there. Oh, bad thing happened to a good guy. Now he's evil.
Yeah.
Hail Hydra. Oh man. So I would like to make note that Ryan isn't here with us in the dojo.
No.
He's
He's in his own dojo.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Ryan, what are you calling your little abode there?
Oh, Fortress of Solitude? Is that copyright? Could I say
the Shire?
That? You can totally say that.
The Shire? Ryan's a bit of a short guy.
Because I'm short? Is that what you're implying?
He's a short guy.
What's wrong with short people, huh?
I don't know.
Ryan's probably the same
5'5's not that short.
I'm not even that tall either.
I'm like 5'6", so I'm just mad over
I'm
you.
only like a 4
Yeah,
inches
Cody's a
taller
giant.
than you.
He's like 5'8".
Yeah, exactly.
He's an Adonis. Just a statue. Cody.
Why don't you go play some basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Larry Bird.
And, getting back on track with the whole, talking about Marvel and its properties, let's talk about who owns Marvel now.
Let's do it.
Disney.
Now, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Dumb. I don't.
Yeah, Disney's pretty much bought up, almost every cool property there is, including
Disney.
Star Wars.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Ryan, you said you're kind of more of a film guy and everything. Did you see The Force Awakens?
I did. I was deployed when I saw it.
Nice.
So I did get to see it. Yeah, the first night I think it showed. Was it Christmas? Right around Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to see it. It was good. It was good. I wouldn't say it was great, but I did enjoy myself.
Did you get to see it in, was it regular or 3D?
No, I was just regular.
Oh man, it was one of those epic movies in 3D.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because you could see the snow fall in front of your face.
Mm.
That was their big selling point with the 3D to me, was just because of the fact of being, a digital effects buff. It's one of those things, being able to see a snowflake come down and stuff and be like, wow, that's pretty cool looking. That's what I took away from that movie. That's about it. No, I'm kidding. It was a good movie. I like the idea that they're trying to change up, but kind of continue with New Hope. Because that's exactly what it was. Is you have an orphan living out in the desert. Finds a droid. The droid basically has plans to save, from the Empire. You find out that orphan is actually a Jedi Master. The basics.
They blow up a giant Death Star.
Yeah, exactly. A very important character technically dies. He's a father figure.
They are gonna put out a new book.
Yeah, they are going through a book, but they killed a lot of the books. Disney killed a lot of the continuity.
Yeah, they're gonna put out one
narrowed
called
everything down.
Classified or something coming up here. I don't really know too much about it, but
speaking of things coming out and stuff, what about the new movie?
What?
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Oh yeah, they're releasing that one on Christmas too. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I haven't really looked at the trailer or anything yet. The trailer came out a month or two ago.
Well, that's the newest trailer. They had a trailer out almost a year ago.
Yeah. What is the story on this one?
To me, it just seems like we're going back to the idea of okay, so you remember in New Hope when they talked about how they got the Death Star plans?
Yeah.
And how that whole team ended up dying because of it?
That's what they're going to talk about.
That's the team.
Oh, really?
Cue the movie.
Running out of ideas.
How can you run out of ideas? It's an endless galaxy of basically wizard monster people.
If they make another one after this, they have to trump that.
Well, yeah, they're already in production for making the next Star Wars movie.
Fuck, they're gonna make another three banger.
Yeah, it's going through three banger. That's why you had the Force Awakens, and I don't know what they're gonna call the next one. Maybe the Force takes a nap.
Force Awakens.
The Force is hungry.
Everyone goes rogue, and then Star Wars Anarchy. Star Wars Anarchy.
You know what? Eventually, they're going to get to a point where like Star Wars is gonna like end, where the Republic is actually back to being normal bureaucracy, and not controlled by this evil conglomerate. Because I mean, what was the end of like Return of the Jedi? You know, wasn't Return of the Jedi supposed to be the end of like the Empire and stuff? It's like, oh yeah, we won.
But now they're on a track. What's cool though is now they're on a track to make new ideas, right? Because it's all after.
No, it's still like an Empire type region.
No, I'm talking about timeline wise.
Oh yeah, it's all new stuff now.
Yeah, so that's cool. Like I hope they knock it out of the park. Like
no, they're gonna follow the same formula. They're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only difference is they've gender swapped people.
Oh my god. I watched like half of the Force Awakens, and I was like, yeah, cool. It's fucking recycled cameos and.
Well, hopefully we don't have pod racing ever again.
Yeah.
Jar Binks for sure. I just hope that they give him a cool backstory, like he's actually a
Sith master,
Sith Lord with a drunken master like fighting style.
Yeah, he actually the way he uses his lightsaber is from his tongue.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh,
please, Disney, do it.
I think that's what everybody wants. They want like him to be like the greatest. It's like
villain.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, come on, look what he did to the franchise alone. So, I mean, I think we've talked quite a bit about just the idea of like new properties and everything there. Let's talk about some old school stuff. And Ryan, one of the things we brought you in, and this is what we do with everyone we bring in. We did the same for Pima.
Oh yeah.
Ryan, first thing, I'm going to challenge you that the next time we have you on, we're going to have you talk about, obviously, a major nerd subject. Unless you could produce one now. I mean, I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, but anything in the major nerd culture that you kind of attest to? Anything?
He's got a lot of shit. You can do something, Ryan. Come on.
Anything. I'm getting sweating here. I'm getting got the light shining so bright. I don't know. Right now, it's pretty much nothing besides 40K. I don't have time for anything else. And school and family life.
Let's enlighten, because we have someone sitting here with us, Cody, who's never played 40K.
I have with them guys.
Oh, you played, but
I have with those guys.
Okay.
I get my ass kicked like every time because I have like a fucking 5 guys. And they're like, yeah, play with those Necrons over there. Yeah, you'll win. I promise.
It's how you roll, Cody. You just don't roll well enough.
I roll with like a unit of 5, and you guys whoop my ass. I
roll the dice
have
better.
Like 15 units, and they're like, Cody, you can turn this around.
Well,
Ryan's got like fucking Godzilla. Ryan's got like Godzilla, and he's got like 5 ships and swooping through. I can go wherever I want, all over the board. And
master tactician, Cody.
Fuck you over. Like he wins every time. He really does.
So you got a Colossus then. So Ryan, let's tell our listeners here, what is 40K?
Well, it is a narrative tabletop war game.
It is fun. It is fun.
Yeah, takes place 40,000 years into the future, hence 40K. There's many factions, the main ones being the Imperial Space Marines, that are a complete totalitarian force that are beheld to the Emperor of mankind, who is now dead. Kind of. It's weird. It's weird. He's like a husk. Like just his mind's alive, but his body's kind of.
Hey, 1,000 souls a day, and he's still alive.
Yes. That's all it takes. So they're trying to be passed off as the heroes, but are they really heroes when they sacrifice thousands of lives a day?
Hey man, they're like the America of this game, okay? Just let it be.
Yeah, maybe that's why they bore me so much. I'm just so bland. I'm just wheat toast. But anyway, yeah, there's that, and then there's let's see, there's the alien forces, which comprise of Eldar, which are kind of like the space elves of the game. There's Tyranids, which are bugs, kind of like a stormtrooper, or no, not
Starship
stormtroopers.
Troopers, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
I don't like that. They're just going from planet to planet and wiping it out. Well, there's a lot more richer backstory, but oh my god, you need like 20 podcasts to get through every army.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, but other than that, it's just a fun time. It's a fun hobby. It takes a lot more dedication to it since it's not like Magic, where you just buy a card and you're good to go. You need to buy models. You got to buy codex. You got to buy rule sets. You got to buy, well, besides models, then you got to, unbox them, assemble them, paint them, and you're ready to go. So it's not. It's a hobby in, I guess, the most purest form.
Exactly. And then it's not. You're not just sitting there going, "Oh well, I've got to buy the model and the paint comes with." It's like, no, you have to buy a $75 model, and then turn around and be like,
worth of paint.
Yeah, then buy $15 worth of like primer, then like $20 worth of paint, and then you have to be as careful as hell because if you screw up, you don't have enough paint to retouch.
No, yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely a dedication. It's not for the faint of heart. You gotta be able to put some time, work, and especially money into it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Now,
At least for me, I enjoy it.
Yeah, and I'm just getting into it. I've been playing about a month and a half now with it, and I find it quite interesting. I definitely find it quite interesting. Now, what are some of the rules with it? I mean, obviously we know it's a tabletop game, which means that basically it's a battlefield that's set up, and you basically go by a measurement system. But how does combat work?
There's you get a player's turn, so Force A will go first, and then Force B, and then you swap. So like the global turn 1 will be Team A will go, and then you get a movement phase, which depending on the model, the unit, what have you, depends on how far you can move it. So it's usually about 6 to 12 inches you can move, and the table's about 6 feet long, 4 feet wide. You move, and then in the next phase there's Psychic phase, which allows you to cast psychic abilities if you have those in your army list.
Yeah.
And then after that there goes the Shooting phase, which is pretty explanatory, and then the Assault phase after that, which is melee combat. It's all a dice game, so there's only so much planning you could do, and then after that it's to the dice gods how it goes. So
yeah, definitely. And I mean, I know very well that the dice gods definitely can kill you in an instant.
They giveth and they taketh away. More so taketh.
Although I'll tell you this much, if you there is one issue with Warhammer that I found myself, is that when you can actually combine armies, which is it's a cool thing in theory, because obviously based on the game itself you have alliances with different races and different, like Ultramarines and certain other people will actually group up to face other regions and stuff. You've got order and chaos going against each other, so to speak. But I just hate when they put them all together and they take the cheesiest out of each army, because then it's like, well, even with the dice, it's like I get to re-roll like 5 times. So it's like, well, the dice gods are now turned into the god of odds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely go cheesy or competitive if you want to call it that, or you can have fun. Yeah, you can definitely cheese it with combining different armies. Really, the current competitive meta, for the most part, is Death Stars, which is you just get one really strong unit full of super heavy shooting and psychic abilities and melee combat. And sadly, that's what Space Marines have, and they have the most access to allies because they have the most chapters. or
exactly.
their own races. So Space Marines can do a lot of shenanigans with each other.
It's all shenanigans, all of you, all shenanigans.
So much.
Yeah, and I mean, but that's like any type of game that you play. I mean, there are other tabletop
there's always going
games.
to be balance issues with whatever you play. It's just and when you're not doing competitive and you're just playing with some buds, you just try to, limit the cheese.
Yeah, try to
Don't
come up
pour
with
it
like
on
scenarios.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another. Yeah, you can definitely do that. I mean, the rule book will give you certain setups and game styles that you can do, but yeah, it's really, really fun when you can forge your own narratives and play your own style of campaigns, not just what Games Workshop helps you along with, but figuring out as you go.
And I think you and I were talking the other day. You and I both watch pretty much the same YouTube channel, which is Mini Wargaming.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you? I don't know if you've watched recently, but they did a campaign where they did moving terrain, which I thought was pretty amazing. So at the end of every turn, all the terrain moved down 6 inches. So it was basically like they were traveling at all times. So basically, it was.
There's some cool ways you can make stuff.
Yeah, and I mean that's definitely like an amazing thing to kind of think outside the box, compared to always doing the same thing of like, okay, you assemble on the left or down at the bottom of the map. I'm going to assemble at the right or at the top.
Yep.
So, and it's definitely 40K is definitely something that you have to really put a lot of time and effort to. So I commend you on, at least having that hobby there, because I mean that pretty much takes up almost all your other time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But to Games Workshop credit, the company that makes 40K, they've released what's called kill teams, which is a very small scale army list, maybe about 10 models, like a unit, maybe 200 points, which is a very small amount, and that's all you play with, just 2 armies with about 200 points each. And then they come with like their own, rule sets and gameplay styles, but it's a real easy way to get in new players.
Exactly.
Because there's going to be people like me who have thousands of points of models, but there's going to be people who are just getting into it and not sure if they like it or not, so they can pick up something for $50, get 2 little small armies to play around with, and then they can build from there, help them get into the hobby a little more.
Yeah, and they really did design it in our local comic book shop in Metropolis. Steve is always down there saying, when you get 2 new players who want to play, usually you tell them, well, split a kill team, because then that way you always, you both get an army, you're not spending a whole bunch on it, then you're all set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a really good way to go for newbies.
Yeah, instead of like going and buying a whole Tau army, because that shit's expensive.
Yeah, and you might not like Tau.
Exactly.
Love.
Oh, who doesn't like the Tau? I mean, all it is snap firing.
I love how you guys are making love to each other over 40K right now. It's cute.
Hey, don't you be jealous of my Super
No, I'm not.
Saiyan
I wanted this to happen. This is a good thing.
Just feel the jealous.
No, I'm not jealous at all. Seriously, that's all I wanted to say. I'm really enjoying the. You guys are meshing. You guys are meshing very well.
Oh yeah, he's getting chub. His chub has returned.
Mad. This is hating.
No, I'm not. Really not. I'm not.
He's like, I'm so proud of you guys.
I am.
Yeah, but I mean that definitely is, like I said, because that goes back to old school gaming. Before we did a lot of like video games and stuff, and I know that you were asking us about our Let's Play channel and stuff, and yes, that's still coming and everything.
Yeah.
But I really want to see how we're going to set that up, especially since there's multiple of us now.
Yeah.
That if we're going to do it, we're probably going to do something like Twitch, because of the fact of, say, one of us isn't around.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cody, you have an Xbox. You can stream off Twitch. Ryan, I don't know what you have for setups, but if you're going to be part of the Let's Play as well. if you're going to do that, you probably have your own system that you would like to do on your own.
He's got a box.
Yeah. And see,
got a box.
I'm a PS4 guy.
Yeah.
So, and PC, so.
He did have one, but then he was like, yeah, this sucks, not playing with friends. And then he got a box again.
Yeah, see, all my friends are PS4, so. With the
I had a
exception of you
PS3
two.
for a while, too, though. And then they were giving me shit like, hey, Cody, I was not playing with your friends.
Good, Cody, we'll get to play Call of Duty without you. We were really sad. We wanted to play with you.
Yeah.
You're like, I got my PS3 because it's free online.
I was laid off.
Not anymore, Cody. So, you don't need the PS3 for anymore. You just stick to your Xbox. It's not for anymore.
I feel like he's going to start singing TLC here in a second.
Go chasing
Don't
waterfalls.
go chasing waterfalls. That was brought to you by the 90s.
Stay there, 90s. Stay there.
I want to go back. You can't ever go back.
90s were awesome, but not a lot of the PC was not awesome.
Yeah, no.
But like the trends were cool.
Come on, dial-up porn. Jeez.
Yeah, the trends were cool. Like skateboarding was way cooler in the 90s, but
I don't understand how you think that skateboarding was such a big difference from the 90s to now.
now it's annoying because the guys that were older than us in the 90s said the same thing that we're saying now about these little fucking kids. Little. They were
getting old.
20 more times better by the time that they're 10 years old.
Yeah, it's genetics, dude.
And we started when we were 10 years old. And it's
Sounds like
just
hormone and milk.
mind-boggling how
Yeah.
crazy, stupid good these kids get good so fast nowadays. It's like...
Well, it's a perfect example of
stupid.
evolution as a whole.
That's what it is, exactly. It's evolution of skateboarding. Like, the more it's thrown down our throats, like, the sooner and sooner people are getting their kids on their skateboards.
Well, no, it's not even that. I mean, look at perfect example. We just had the Olympics. Let's talk Michael Phelps for a second. Okay. Look at how many records he set and he broke in his own accord that no one's going to be able to touch for a while. That's what they said. And then we've already got guys that are like right behind him. They're like 5 years younger now.
Yeah.
It's all just evolutionary theory and training. It's basically everything is always going to be better, and we're always going to be more bitter about it because we had to work so much harder for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's fucking stupid crazy. I just watched, like, not to go off on a tangent, but I just watched a match session contest on YouTube. Like, from 2015. It was like an hour or two long. It was basically like the Olympics for skateboarding. But speaking of that, 2020, skateboarding is going to be in the Olympics. Get ready for that.
It sounds awful.
So what you're saying is that they're merging the X Games
pretty much, yeah,
with the Olympics.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my one complaint about that.
Why? It's like figure skating, but for badasses.
No. What I mean by it is that...
Have you tried figure skating, Cody? I don't think so.
No,
exactly. I mean, figure skating is actually a lot more dangerous than skateboarding.
You hold your tongues. Yeah.
What? No way. Really?
Really?
Just as...
Do you know how sharp their skates are? If you're in a tangent team and you just make the wrong mistake, you're down. It's like playing hockey. You know, it's
you
like,
make the one wrong mistake in skateboarding, you're done.
Yeah, if you jump off a giant ramp, not if you're spinning in a circle. If you spin in a circle, the only way you're going to die is out of stupidity and Murphy's Law. And that's fucking how it goes. But I mean, okay, but here's my point. With the Olympics, okay? And this is
you
a
don't
big tangent.
Think it should be in the tangent? You don't
this
think
is
it
my
should
biggest
be in the
tangent,
Olympics?
okay?
I'm going to fucking climb over this table.
Yeah. No, this is what should be in the Olympics, okay? Okay, any type of kendo fighting.
Yeah.
Any type of actual swordplay fighting.
That's not in the Olympics?
No, you got fencing. You got fencing.
Yeah, they should. They should bring more stuff like that in.
But that's just fencing. Fencing is such a, like, rigid style. I mean, could you imagine, like, a free form See, that seems way more realistic to me than skateboarding. It's like...
Snowboarding's in the Olympics.
In the Winter Olympics. We don't count the Winter Olympics.
It's the same thing, dude. It's the same thing.
No, that's snow, Cody. It's not the same thing.
They get tested on how graceful it is and how it looks and how clean it is and how slappy it is. And it's the same shit, dude.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that, okay, if we're going to start adding new things, I think we should take some of the old things that could be used and bring them in too, because I'll tell you this much. If they, like, started, like, a kendo league for, like, the Olympics, I would join the Olympics. I would join the Olympics. I mean, like...
It's just like that.
Exactly. I mean, like, that's the whole thing. When I was up at the university for... when I was doing filmmaking, we had a couple of clubs up there, and we actually had a club where, you know, it was kendo sparring.
Oh, really?
I mean, and you say that, and a lot of people will go, oh, well, it's a bunch of guys hitting each other with swords. It's like, no, it's a very, like, rigid form that you have to learn. It's like fencing, but you're using a longer weapon, and...
A lance?
No, it's not a lance.
No, I'm just...
It's the size of a katana.
Yeah.
I mean... You know, it's essentially you use a bokken, or, you know...
Yeah, like the wood one.
Yeah. Well, that's what... Yeah. We'll leave you
the
there,
bamboo
Cody.
sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about we just
means.
not do that and then make a LARP? Just one big LARP.
LARPing in the Olympics.
Yeah, you get your sword fighting, you get your axe wielding, you get your fireballs, your lightning bolts.
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt!
Yeah. You get your shield.
Look, I hit you.
Flail.
I hit you with that lightning bolt. You are dead.
Yeah.
What was that?
Like Quidditch. Quidditch as well. Just have an Olympic Quidditch team.
Well, I mean, we're close to doing something like that.
Already on college campuses, may as well. I'm getting skateboarding, shoot. May as do hacky sack, just bring the 90s back.
Oh, there we go, man.
Sack.
Oh, speaking of bringing the 90s back.
Hogs.
Oh, man.
Hogs
Hold on.
team.
Let's talk about the yo-yo team that just came back around. They just started... Duncan Yo-Yos has just started a new campaign, and they've got their brand new Extreme Yo-Yo team. And it's the same yo-yo team that we were as kids.
Can you do an Eiffel Tower, Vin?
What?
Can you do an Eiffel Tower?
Oh, man. God. I think I probably could when I was back then. I had the dragon white butterfly fucking zip yo-yo with, like...
No, I'm talking about tricks.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Is like, I had that one, so I did, like, all this stuff, like, the hangman and everything, and the cat's cradle, and, you know, hit yourself in the face 5 times.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just saw a commercial. I kid you the fuck not.
Duncan.
I just saw a commercial for yo-yos, and they're like, join the extreme team, kids.
What were those ones that you could whip out and fucking do the dog walk?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
X-brains.
Yeah, or the butterfly. They also call them the butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they called them the dragon butterflies. Yeah. And then they would retract back on their own. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. But I mean, they're bringing that back. So I mean, so now all we have to do is get past skinny jeans. So then we'll go back to Jankos. So we'll add the baggy fucking pants. You know, and then yeah.
Jankos.
Let's stay with Jankos. Fubu like stayed alive. Although Janko did come back. I have to say that. We got Surge. We've got the high C ecto coolers again.
Janko. I have not seen one pair of Jankos since it came back.
Oh man, they don't sell them
Didn't
in
they
stores.
go out of business like 40 years ago? Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just brought them back like last year.
No, I've not.
Like
seen
there's
a
a company that bought them just to like start reselling them. It's like all online now.
Nobody's
it's all like
gonna
a
buy those fuckers.
Oh, you just give it a couple years.
Oh my God.
2 more years, you know, we're gonna see Jankos again, and it's gonna be like they're gonna be like, you can't wear those in stores.
Those, but I had like the straight leg ones. Like I didn't have the fucking huge, ridiculous
Cody,
ones.
you get the fuck out of here. You don't get straight leg Jankos, Cody. Why would you get straight leg Jankos? That's not what they're known
they
for.
were baggy enough for the skaters. The skaters didn't wear the stupid fucking huge ones.
Yeah, but those weren't straight legs. Those were called pipes.
Yeah, the pipes.
Yeah, they were called the half pipes and full pipes, and then you had the ravers.
Yeah, but
and that was the like
the
really
huge,
weird
huge
fucking
ones.
crazy kids that were like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm going to this rave tonight, which is really at my friend's basement. Yeah.
We got some fucking Molly.
No, we didn't have Molly back then.
No, we got this ecstasy from this chick that scratched it off from an aspirin, so it's just an aspirin. Yeah, we got that one.
We also got acid, from this glue that we found. Oh, God. Oh, God. And, now that we got into a tangent in the 90s, I think I'm going to have to say right now that I've ran out of things to say.
I've ran out of things to say, too.
So, Ryan, I think it's been great having you. Do you have anything else you would like to say?
No, I think I've ran out of things to say as well.
Alright, well, wait a minute.
Wait a
Wait a
minute.
minute, guys. Psych! We have the contest. We need to name some names. That's right. So if you just closed out right here and then, screw you. You'll never know.
God. No, don't do that.
See, look at that.
Not getting pogs now, suckers.
They all stopped listening and they were like, oh, they're talking about the 90s. I don't fucking
They
care.
didn't hear the music yet. So.
Alright, so we have, and I can finally announce what we have. Cody, you want to turn on the light in the dojo?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is what we have. We have the very first item, the very first comic book is a Rocket Raccoon number 1. Okay, so we are looking at, this was a print by Young. So
Nice.
I'm going to go ahead and we have a random name generator. So everybody who liked and favored and shared is entered in. So let's see who the first person is. Looks like we have Juju Hungarian. An actual name. Yeah, I double checked all these names and all these Facebook pages.
You won.
So you've won the Rocket Raccoon.
Good job.
That's Juju.
Alright, so
Juju.
Cody, I'm going to have you write down Juju and put it on that
H.
one.
I'll just put Juju H.
Yep. Okay, so next we have a Valiant number 1 of a fairly new comic, but a very diverse comic. It is Faith, and it is going to Matthew Yang. Matthew Yang?
Matty Yang.
Yeah.
Matty Yang.
Alright. So, these next 3 are very special because of the fact of they are variant prints of Spawn Kills Everyone.
Yeah.
We have all 3 variant prints. We're separating them out, and we are going to be giving out to 3 other lucky contestants. So,
Oh, okay.
So, Cody, we have Henry Richardson.
Hank.
So, congratulations, Henry.
Congratulations, Hank.
Or Hank, whatever you want to go by.
Henry Hank.
That's this one right here.
Do you have to use people's addresses, or are we just gonna fucking...
No, they'll all be contacted at the...
Pretend.
We'll be contacting via email, of course. No, because if we had their addresses, do you know how many addresses I have? It's 78 addresses.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And then, let's see. Now, for the second Spawn Kills Everyone, and this is one of my favorite ones, it's got him in his suit jumping up in the air with the chains flying out. And these are all chibi, so, they're kind of the cutie look. You know what? I'm going to make this really special. I'm going to have Ryan name off this person. Ryan, you want to name who won this one?
Oh, yeah, sure. Congratulations to Tyrell Michon.
All right.
How'd you do
Hope I
that?
pronounced that right, Tyrell.
Magic.
Did you
So,
message
Tyrell,
him?
yep. What?
What? Did you message him?
No, it's just all
How
magic.
the hell did he know? Oh,
Yeah, we messaged.
Tyler, what
Michon.
Oh, okay.
Tyrell Michon.
Just fired it from the hip, man.
All right. All right. Well, we have a very interesting thing here. I went to pick the next one, Cody.
Yeah.
And I don't think we really had a kind of point on this, but we're going to need a judge's decision here. Ryan, before we asked him to join, got entered into the contest.
Oh no!
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Did you really, Ryan? Did you name
Yeah,
the
because
thing?
of the fact that he liked and shared.
Oh shit!
Because I had it set to auto, and I had it auto load. So
Yeah, just
Did I put like Valiant? I think I did. Oh yeah. What?
just give it to him. Whatever.
It's okay.
It was legit.
Oh,
Like
no.
I mean, you were part of the contest before we asked you to come in, and I mean, it's just another the spawn kills everyone. I mean,
Yeah,
lucky me.
it's
All
not
right,
the big
so-
one. If it was
How we want to do this? We're just having a random drop-off point. No cops.
No, God.
all right. All right.
I'll just
So.
come over and bring it over.
All right, and then on top of that, we have the very last for the regular ones, which ironically is a Hellblazer number 1,
Oh.
the variant cover of the Hellblazer number 1.
Oh.
I have three of them. That one is going to Adam Ricci, or Ricci.
Oh, Adam.
All right, so
Where is that one?
that one is over there. Just put it right up here, because we can get a hold of Adam directly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. And Cody, we are doing the grand prize, alright?
Yeah.
Cody, would you like to read this one and read what's on the back?
Yeah.
Drum roll.
This is inspired by the hit TV series Strategic Homeland Intervention Enforcement Logistics Division, SHIELD, by Marvel. It's a variant edition, and it was...
Take a look at the back, Cody. Why don't you read off what that is and why it's so important?
Forgotten Jack Kirby, Nick Fury penciled art found by Bill Stankiewicz. And inked, limited edition. It's not colored, it's just inked.
And Cody, what's the current value on that? I think
$75.
Yep, $75.
Yeah, it's a pretty legit piece of art right here. So, whoever gets this, you're in for some good shit. And it's in a case, it's in a card, it's in a sleeve. It's all good. No smoke damage, nothing, it's all good.
Alright, and let's see who we get here. And this one's a separate one because of the fact that you had to answer a secret code, which we only had 5 people actually do.
Yeah.
So, let's take a look. Alright, Cody, you wanna come over and read who the...
No.
Okay, you wanna know who it is?
No.
It's Cody! Cody won!
No. Well, I'll just lean over. Hold on.
Okay.
It's Adam Ricci.
Adam Ricci, you have won not 1 but 2 comics.
Yeah, you won the big one, dude.
So, congratulations on winning the limited edition Shield comic that was originally penciled by Jack Kirby, and the Hellblazer. So, congratulations to them, and then congratulations to, of course, our new guy, Ryan. Obviously. Yep, and then Terrell for the spawn, Henry for the spawn.
These are randomly generated, so nobody get butt hurt.
Yep, and then Mr. Yang and Juju. So congratulations to all of you.
Fell on the floor.
That was the Rocket Raccoon.
No, what the hell? The piece of paper fell on the floor.
Oh, that was the extra Adam Ritchie one.
Oh, okay.
So, congratulations everybody who entered, and again, congratulations to Adam, our big prize winner. I cannot believe that someone got picked twice on this.
Oh my god.
I mean, although I do have to say that 3 of the lower prize winners were 3 of the main entrants.
Yeah.
So, I mean, law of, odds, one of them was going to win,
We used the
too.
online name generator and everything.
Yeah, this is, we use MiniWeb Tool, calculators, randomness, random name picker. So, yeah, so congratulations, Adam. We look forward to getting a hold of you and sending it out. I mean, obviously, he's a local guy, so we kind of lucked out with that.
It's kind of cheese, but we did use a generator. So.
Yeah, so... but yeah, I guess we really have ran out of things to say, so
Yeah.
we look forward to seeing you guys later. Have a great night.
Nice.
It's been a blast.